good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our Facebook Live. So far, looking at our winter advisories, you can see now that winter warning, that winter storm warning has now been shifted over a little bit towards the east, including Clay, Monte, Jefferson, Stevens County. But overall, we're seeing snow all across the region of Texoma. Javi, you can go ahead and pull me back up on Max right now. Javi, you hear me? All right, let him get that fixed up so far. But overall, like I mentioned, they've extended that just a little bit. But overall, we're going to continue seeing the snowfall later on this afternoon as well. So far, looking at Storm Tracker radar, you can see the heavier bands of snow is a little bit towards the east as well as the southeast. Look at Bowie and Nakona, Graham, Jacksboro. Those light blue colors that you're currently seeing so far, that is the heavy snow there. And that's going to continue on until the afternoon hours. Like we forecasted, that should be where the location sees the most snowfall across the region of Texoma. As far as our western counties, you're not going to see as much, unfortunately, for the snow lovers out there. It's going to be further off towards the west, maybe a dusting. But here in Wichita Falls, maybe up until Lawton, Oklahoma, even down in Graham, could see maybe 2 to 3 inches of snow. We've been seeing that steady snowfall for the last couple of hours here this morning. So that's the good news there. But you can see, taking a radar tour so far, steady snow up into Oklahoma, including Walters, Duncan, Oklahoma, Waurika, Ryan, Oklahoma, here in Wichita Falls, as well as Burke Burnett. You can see maybe a small pocket of some heavy snowfall there along Highway 277, especially further down south. Like I mentioned, the light blue colors that you're seeing, that is definitely the heavy snow in Jacksboro, Bowie, Graham, as well as Nakona. You know, we have weatherman Cam out there as well. He's so far, I'm not sure his look. I believe he's right outside the station. And so far, Cameron, what are you seeing out there? Hey, Javi, do you mind going ahead and going to Cameron's shot? Do we have his shot? Can we hear him?
Into your hands.
All right, Jade. Yeah, we are sitting right outside the station at this time with the storm tracker right now, and you're looking right outside News Channel 6 itself on the hill. You can see a lot of snow and still some light snow coming down, but we are starting to see this snow diminish at this time. And as for our parking lot, well, our parking lot is snowed in pretty well. But, looking at, the general road conditions, though, they are not super great at this time. We were on 79 earlier from Wichita to Archer, and it wasn't that bad. It was slushy. It was drivable, but you definitely had to reduce your speed. And as for overpasses and then interstates and all that, those were also in some pretty rough shape, especially if they were elevated above the surface. They weren't necessarily attached to soil, because that cold air can get underneath those elevated surfaces. So because of that, those spots were definitely slick. They were accumulating. But right now, probably seeing about 1 to 2 inches, maybe even, I don't know if I'd say 3 quite yet, probably around 2 inches here in the Falls. I've seen some reports of 3 inches down there in Archer County. So if you have any other reports, be sure to share those with us. But we're going to get a break from the action probably within the next 30 minutes or so. We'll get a break, probably see a little bit of melting occur, and after that we'll see a little bit more snow come through this evening. But Jaden, I'll let you talk about that, let you take a look at the radar and talk about that break that's coming up. But that's all I got for you right now, Jaden. That's starting to calm down for a little bit here.
Is my mic? There it is. Okay, that's awesome right there, Cameron. Sorry if you're just joining on. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're back now. So far, though, as I mentioned, looking at Storm Tracker radar, the snow, like Cameron just mentioned, is starting to taper off just a little bit, especially off towards the west. But overall, we are watching it a little bit further down south coming out of Abilene. We could see some more snow as we head into the afternoon hours, especially into the evening hours as well. So far, further up north, like we just saw in Oklahoma, steady snowfall in Walters, Duncan, Waurika. There's been some reports almost 2 inches already fallen in Duncan, Oklahoma. So this really makes some great sledding weather. Maybe go out there, have a snowball fight. I know some of us here at work, we had the snowball fight on our break earlier. But further down south, though, there's the heavier bands of snow along Bowie, parts of Decatur, Jacksboro, as well as Graham. They're on track to see the most snow across the region of Texoma. Like we mentioned, maybe about 2 to 5 inches. Could even see more than that, especially along the Red River, further off towards the east. So here's the main storm system. You can see kind of that freezing line right there into Dallas. Dallas right now is seeing the snow flurries finally pile up, especially places like Fort Worth, but just a little bit south. You can see there's that freezing rain mix, and of course further down south near Waco, parts of Abilene, they're starting to see just cold, old-fashioned rain, especially further down into Austin area. So far, though, for us, like I mentioned, it'll start to taper off just a little bit. But like I mentioned, this is going to continue into the afternoon, the latter parts of this afternoon into the evening. Look at our future tracker. This is at 7:30. Still noticing, especially our eastern counties, just widespread snow, even further up towards the north into central Oklahoma. Further down south, you can see that still that freezing mixture right there. I believe our temperatures will start to warm back up just a little bit as soon as that snow starts to taper off. So we could see a little bit of melting. But overall, we're going to freeze once again as we head into the overnight hours. The upper 20s is what we're expecting for the overnight lows. So that's going to cause some issues as we head out tomorrow morning, maybe some black ice and things in that nature. So definitely take it slow on the roads. If you don't have to be out today, just stay inside. Maybe just go outside and have fun in the snow finally. We don't really see snow like that too often across the region of Texoma. But overall, looking at your future tracker, this is at midnight and Friday. Noticing snow or still falling. Especially early in the morning tomorrow, 6:30, you can see maybe some flurries still there before finally starting to clear out. So we're going to see some good amounts of snow. Like I mentioned, though, here in Wichita Falls, I believe only about 2 inches. But as we head into tomorrow, finally start to clear out, start to see some more sunshine and warm up. Like I mentioned, the low 40s for Friday, heading into the weekend on Saturday, the upper 40s, 49 by Sunday. And, of course, by this time next week, we're going to forget that it's already snowed because we're just going to see lots of sunshine and those cold temperatures. But overall, we're going to have some more updates later on in the show for our noon show. So definitely stay tuned for that. But most importantly, be safe out there. And, of course, we're going to have all the updates for you. We got everybody out there in the snow for our noon show. Have a great day.